Rise and shine, my sinners. When Father Evil starts his day, he gets a little deadly. Deadly Grounds coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never go back. Order yours at getdeadly.com. Coffee's so good, it's scary.
Welcome to the Epic Tales from the Sewers podcast. Grab yourself a slice, strap into the party wagon, and hang on tight. Give it up for your hosts, the Cowabunga Combo, Justin and Eric.
Okay, we are go. Welcome back, everybody, to Epic Tales from the Sewers. I am your host going solo today, Mr. Justin Cooper. And here with me, I have a very special guest. You may know him from his Instagram cosplays. I was alerted to him from his really awesome Sewer Samurai Leonardo. My guest tonight is JR, aka Darkslayer999 on Instagram. How's it going, JR?
It's going great, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I see that you have the said cosplay up for Leo. I brought my Leo just for the discussion.
Hey, there you go. I have the same one. Nice.
Awesome. You got a really great turtle shirt on too. So,
Hey,
are
gotta
you
represent.
big fan of Ninja Turtles? I see you got a Technodrome behind you.
Yeah, I got the Technodrome. I got the pod. I'm trying to collect all the vehicles. Yeah, I've been a big TMNT fan my whole life, man. I grew up on them. These are literally treasures from my childhood. You know.
Oh, nice. So that's a vintage Technodrome.
I wish. No, that's actually the remake.
Oh,
The
nice.
re-release, the recent, but I couldn't pass on the opportunity. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the original one when it was released. It was a long time ago, so you know this does just fine. It's a beauty.
Oh, don't feel bad. I never had it either. I had the sewer layer, and I love it to this day. It's still one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
there you go.
Yeah. So, where did it all start for you with Ninja Turtles? What's your kind of Turtles origin story here?
So again, you know, I have four brothers, and coincidentally, right, I have four brothers, and my dad gave us Ninja Turtles for Christmas, you know, years ago. And I remember him laying down all these different action figures and just putting them on the bed instead of wrapping all the presents. It was weird the way he did it. He's just like, you know, one at a time, go into this room, and I want you to pick up a turtle from the bed. And we walk into this room. There was our bed, and the Ninja Turtles were laying down there. And I just happened to reach out for Leo. You know, again, I was fascinated with the Ninja Turtles, but I never seen the ones that had like the different outfits, like the different costumes, which I think it was Wave One when they first released. So I reached out for Leonardo because he was my favorite, and he had the samurai gear up. My brother went next. He picked up, you know, Space Cadet Raphael. Then my next brother did Mikey. Surfer Mikey. I got all of those original ones as well. And so each one of us got a turtle. And that always stuck with me because, you know, it was four brothers. There was four of us. Each one of us had their own turtle. I'm the oldest. Leo's the leader. So it kind of, call it fate, call it, you know, providence, whatever you want to. It's just, it meant something special to me that each one of us had a different turtle and they were all brothers. And, you know, we all grew up with the turtles. They were just part of the family, dude.
So Leo's your personality? Would you say? Are you the Leo of the family?
He's the one that I connect with the most. I feel like, you know, he's the one that seems to carry all the values of the honor, not, you know, the leadership, of course, but I think he's the one that keeps the group together. He's the one that keeps them focused. You know, he may not be as fun as Mikey or as techy as Donnie, right? But I think there's something about him that kind of holds it together. And I kind of like to be that anchor when it comes to my fam too, especially when the brothers are together. It meant something to me.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm a Leo guy, so unapologetically. So
there you go.
That's the way to go for me. So
Mhm.
wow, so you started off with the Sewer Samurai for Christmas then. So that's pretty special. So that's got to be
Yeah.
one that you've held on to for a long time. And
Yeah. I kept it. I kept it forever. Lost it for a little while. I didn't know where it was. I think it was in storage somewhere. Lost my mind for a year trying to find it. Finally, got it back, and then it's at that point that I decided, you know what, I'm going to, mind you, this is years back. I'm like, I'm going to reveal the collection that I had as a child, because I had so many figures after that one Christmas. You can imagine all we ever asked for was TMNT toys, right? We wanted
oh
all
yeah,
the figures and all the vehicles. So years down the line, I decided I'm going to rebuild everything that I can remember, all the different characters that I had. Since I had Leo, I started getting the other ones. I got Space Cadet Ralph. I got Undercover Donnie. I remember we had a couple of foot soldiers, grabbed those as well. So whenever possible, whenever I'm at a con or I visit one of those vintage toy stores, I make sure to see if they have any of those figures that I remember, that I recall as a child, and I kind of want to get them all. It's like a little Pokemon thing going on there.
oh
I
yeah.
gotta get them all. So
You mentioned
yeah.
some of the vehicles too. So was that an exciting thing? I was kind of like touch and go on the vehicles. Like I had the cheapskate and I had the van and all that, but I'm like, I don't really need the vehicles. But
Right.
that was just me. Like, where do you fall with that?
I love the vehicles, man. To be honest with you, the first one that I ever had was the Footski, which
Hmm.
I have here. I have the little Footski.
I always loved
So
that.
yeah, this is like the very first one that we had, and it blew my mind as a child, right? Because you can put it on the tub or
Yeah, it
a bucket of
floats.
water, and it'll float. This I don't have all the accessories on it at the moment, but that was like the very first one. Again, blew my mind. Always wanted a Technodrome, as I mentioned earlier. I wasn't able to
Hmm.
get it. Now I got it. The module, of course, was one of my favorite as a child,
It was
and
such a cool looking.
this is the re-release. So again, dude, this thing is wicked. And the vehicles are a big deal to me because I get to share things like this, like with my kids now,
Hmm.
and I can tell them things like, dude, this is what toys were like back in my day. They don't make cool things like this anymore. And if they do, not for nothing, but I don't think they reached this caliber.
Yeah.
I feel like the designers, the creators back in the day were given free way to just come up with something really cool and awesome, and they literally translated whatever was on the TV show back to the toy line, and I think that's the magical part of it. So
Yeah, I think there's something lasting about it too. Like I just saw that there's another new version of the Party Wagon coming out from like
correct,
Joy Toy or something, and it's
yeah,
like this could be the third or the fourth new Party Wagon, but it's the same design.
yeah,
So there's something
exactly.
that's like evergreen about it. It just, oh yeah, this is great. Like don't mess with design. Let's just get it. So
Yeah, no, it looks wicked, man. I saw it a couple of days ago on my feed, and it's just you best believe I'm gonna try to get that one as well.
in terms of like cosplay journey and all that, is this the
Mhm.
first time that you attempted a Ninja Turtle cosplay? I see a lot of DBZ stuff on your Instagram there.
Correct. So yeah, it all started as a hobby, making props, and then somebody reached out to me and said they wanted to do a Dragon Ball armor, and I had never made one of those in my life, so kind of brushed it off because again, it was never meant to be a commission job thing. And same thing, one day I decided, I'm gonna do one and let's see what happens, and it kind of took off from there. And if you check my page, you'll see that most of my fan base obviously is DBC based. Everybody's coming
Oh
at
yeah.
me, because of the armors and the side for Goku Black, and I make the wigs and all that stuff. So that's how it all started, progressed. I will get people ask me for different props here and there, swords or weapons, and I will make them. I guess I discovered that I was creative enough to make them, and I was able to apply my vision to things and kind of keep them original. And in 2023, I discovered the remake of the Samurai Leonardo from Super 7.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that figure was made until it's already months into the sales, right? And dude, I love the detail on it, right? The way they took the original product and they kind of like, kind of gave it extra accessories and
Yeah,
now
he's
the
such a favorite of
size.
mine.
It's dude, I'm telling you, it was great. So at the moment, I was looking for a little bit more challenging of a project, something different. And like I said, Ninja Turtles were my first love, and then I looked at this thing and I was just committed. Something inside of me clicked, and I was like, I'm building this thing. I'm going to bring this toy to life. It's going to be fully wearable. I'm going to try to get as much of the details of the remake while still staying true to the original. And I spend the next 3 months, every possible day off that I have from work or every hour that I had at night, just crafting. And I took my time with it because, again, when you love something, the details in there, like the passion is there. And Leo's my favorite. I told you my childhood story. I
Yep.
had him here to look at, so it was great, man. It was a beautiful journey, and I'm really happy with the result. I think it's gorgeous.
Yeah, you must get a lot of compliments on that, I imagine.
Yeah, a lot of people are. The best thing is when people walk up to me, it's like, dude, I had that figure growing up. Like, this is my childhood. Or they want to take a photo with me, and they just tell me, dude, I never thought I'd see this thing again. Those moments are what's important to me. That's what makes it worth it, because it's like, dude, that's how I felt. And if I can bring that same emotion to somebody else who hasn't seen this toy in a while, or whatever in their life thought they will see one of these things like in real life, it's priceless.
So for listeners, if you haven't had a chance to see this, I mean, it's basically an exact representation of the Sewer Samurai Leonardo in his samurai armor, down to he's got like the green toes and the feet sticking out, the
Correct.
swords and the banner, the rising sun banner that came as an accessory and all that. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's really something special. So.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah. Again, I try to keep it as close to the toy as possible, and I wanted to make it recognizable. So yeah.
And that mask too, where you have like what looks like Leo's face, and of course your face is under that, but all you see is it looks like a turtle wearing the headpiece, which is so
Correct.
crazy.
So samurai gear, he's got the Oni mask on. I don't usually display it a lot, but actually the Oni mask is detachable, so you can actually see just the turtle and you can see the smile. But
Really,
it does. Yeah, it does come off. I will show you if you like.
yeah.
Let me reach out back here. So of course this is the head.
Wow.
All right, you see the smile there, but if you pop this up, so basically it comes off.
Oh, come on! Wow.
So yeah, you can see you can see the smile, and so yeah, that's
now,
the deal.
what material is that made of?
So everything is made out of EVA foam.
Okay.
Nothing of this. This is the question I get the most. None of this is 3D printed. So everybody thinks I 3D printed this joint. Everything is EVA foam. I got a friend of mine who actually has good quality EVA foam. He has a little small business up in New York, so I always get the good stuff from him. It's mostly foam. You'll find a couple little plastic pieces, Velcros here and there, just to kind of hold it all together. But 90% of that, 95% of it is just EVA foam. Yes.
That's fantastic. I mean, just looking at it like up close and all that, it's like the detail that you have on just his face. Then you have everything else. I mean, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, this is a permanent display in my living room. So,
oh, nice.
My wife is good to me, man. That's all I can say. Leo standing next to the Christmas tree for the last 2 years, so it's just cool.
Now, have you had any luck entering cosplay contests or anything with this?
I actually entered New York Comic Con 2023 with this. Competition was tough that year. I went up against some amazing foam builds. I don't know if you noticed, but the competition is divided into subcategories, right? You got foamsmith, which is where this falls into. You got sewing, you got special effects. I can't remember the fourth one at the moment, but I entered Leo under foamsmith, and there were 3 other cosplays in that competition, man. And they were just amazing. I was just so happy to be backstage with with such great company. Leo got his moment of fame to shine on stage on New York Comic Con 2023. Sadly, I did not win my category. I think I came in second place that year to somebody called Super Des, who's also local down here in South Florida. He won with a Gears of War armor.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But his work was really great too. And again, I was just happy to show it off, man. It was great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, I'd be just happy to see it, something like that. So
yeah, I'm telling you, it's a great feeling, man. When the fans love it, when they appreciate what I do, and they can tell me they genuinely love it or they mean something to them. That's it, dude. I already accomplished. Already won.
I noticed some of the things on the page because I'm a DBZ fan from way back, before GT, Dragon Ball, all that good stuff. Like, and I saw you had the Super Saiyaman helmet on.
Yeah,
like some of the Ginyu Force armors, and I mean, looked like you also had Cyborg Spider-Man on there.
I
How
did,
did
I
that come
did.
about?
So that one, when the Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man came out, the original, the first one, I think it was 2009, 10. I can't remember. It was a few years back.
Was that
Um,
the Marvel Legends figure?
no, no. So this is based actually off the design of the game. So once you
Oh,
complete the
okay.
game, one of the suits that you get is the Cyborg Spider-Man suit. And same thing, right? I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make that because I had an old Spider-Man suit, a Sentai suit that I bought years ago, and it got ripped. It was completely damaged from that one arm. It had a hole in the armpit, and I didn't want to throw it away because it meant something to me. I had fun with
Yeah.
it. So I just saw the opportunity to turn it into something new, and I built a mechanical arm out of it. I added the metal stitching to where the actual tears were on the suit. I made the eye like the visor thing, out of foam. Everything that I do is made out of foam, and then I ended up with that cosplay, the Cyber Spider-Man, which I actually gifted to my brother up in New York after I brought it over to New York just to showcase it. I just I'm like, dude, take it. Like I felt like I accomplished what I wanted with it, and it was
There
easier
you
for
go.
me to give it away as a gift than to just discard it or kept it away in a storage. So he actually has that costume till this day.
Has he worn it?
He's worn it a couple of times, yeah.
Cool.
Brooklyn Comic Con, I think, the following year after that, and I know he's done a couple of smaller venues in the area. So yeah, he's rocked it a couple of times.
What's your creative process like when you have something like this? Do you just find like a muse and you're like, you know what? My Jim Vegeta looks awesome. I'm just going to try to recreate this and then, do everything I can. Or is it like you have to have like that sort of catalyst where it's like, you know what? I really want to kind of play honor to this and go after that. Like what's your process like?
I will tell you, my heart has to be in it. So I may come across a figure or an image online, or just a random thought that pops into my head, and it says, you know what, I'm going to make this. And once I have that image in my head of what I want to build, that's usually where it just takes off, right? I'm going to check to see how much product do I have left, how much material, do I have the paints that I need. But I kind of just flow with it. It's not like I do prep work and I have a checklist of what I'm going to need. I just have the vision in my head, and I aim to be true to that. So that's kind of what happened with Leo. Like I said, I had the figure, I looked at it, I'm like, no, I'm making this thing, and I just went off, dude. It didn't tell anybody. It was like a secret project. I was here late at night working on it, and I saw it coming together. And as it's starting to come together, that's when you will see some of my feed, right? You'll see the videos of production time, how did I made my own template, when I build the shell. And when you get to the painting part of the process, that's when you kind of materializes from what's in your head to what you're getting. And up to that point, it's basically a lot of work. But when you start painting it and when you start putting the details and you see, okay, this is a gold chest plate that he's got on, let me do some shading or some weathering around the gold part of it. That's when it clicks. And that's when I just become a child again. So now I'm just playing, putting this thing together versus just working and, building it. That's the best way I will tell you how to describe it. I think that's it.
What kind of paint do you use on it? Is it an acrylic paint or is it like a special type
No,
of
it's
paint?
all acrylics. It's all regular acrylics. I do use Plasti Dip, which is the rubber spray. It creates a flexible foam base around a coating around the foam. It's super absorbent, so you spray it, make sure it seals all the cracks, it seals all any imperfections. You gotta detail after that a little bit, and then it just absorbs the paint into a solid color, whatever color you're laying down, except for yellow. Yellow is a pain in the eye, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, that's it. It's just plastic dip, rubber coating, and then everything else is just hand painted. Just detailing as you go.
Yeah, I saw with like the wigs that you're making, like the sand wigs with kind of like the highlights on it. That's some really detailed work.
Yeah, I
How long
appreciate
does
it,
one of
man.
those take you?
Depends on the wig. So I made a Broly maybe a year
That's
ago.
probably a big one. Yeah.
That was a big one. That one took me about a couple of months to actually put together because I have a full-time job. I wish all I did was like make cosplays or spend
Mm.
time collecting toys, but it took me a while to put it together. You get the template or you make your own template, and then you got to assemble the pieces together. Same process, plastic dip, foam coating around it, and then you just paint on it a little bit at a time. Most of the time I have to do little tweaks here and there as I'm going, just because of the aesthetics that I want the final product to have. I never go off of like, a black and white pattern. I know I want it to look a certain kind of way, so I kind of do want to put my spin on it. That one took about 2 months. Something simpler like a Goku or Vegeta, I can probably knock down in about a week and a half. Realistically, brother, if I have time, I can probably do it in about 3 days. But I am telling you, 3 days of doing absolutely nothing. I can sit there
Yeah,
and just,
wow.
yeah. So,
What's
which
the
is,
man? Like, how do you put like a dollar sign on your time then? Like, what would a regular Goku or Vegeta wig cost if someone's going to do it?
you know what?
Because you said 3 days of work. That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so actually my wife was helping me out. She's like, how much are you, somebody like this is paying you to do this wig? And I will say, it's a small wig. It's for a kid. I told him, give me $100. Whatever. It's just an example.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
she sat down and she's like, you know what? No, I think you're doing it wrong. Let's calculate. Let's say you were making $12 an hour, plus your, and she's like, yeah, you're undercharging this. But you know what, dude? I don't do it to make money. I don't do it to get rich off of it. You know what I mean? I'm not seeking that title of like, oh my god, you're the best crafter in the business. Most of the time, it's just people reaching out to me, says like, can you make me this? And I make it. So I don't have a set price for things that I make. But like one of the Vegeta wigs that I made recently, the Ultra Ego one, the one that had all the highlights. I think I charged like I think I told the guy give me like a $1.50 for it. That's with the shipping and everything.
Wow.
Simply because I had already built it before, and I had the template, and I had the process already set in my head, so it was easier to make. So again, I was just trying to hook the dude up. I like to spread love, brother.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's fantastic. And I mean, like to see like little kids like running around in those too. It's like that's so cool. That's gonna
Oh
be
yeah,
super fulfilling.
oh yeah. Have you ever been
But
to any of those
where are the
cons?
turtles requests? Do you get requests for turtle stuff?
Yes, actually, the number one request is people trying to buy my Samurai Leo. I had a guy offer me like I think he offered me like $5,000 for it,
Come
and
on,
yeah,
really?
yeah,
Wow.
and I'm like, no, dude, I'm sorry, I cannot sell this. I have other people that ask me to replicate it, or they want me to, make them something similar with a different turtle. But this one in particular, I'm like, that's a one-on-one. This one is mine. I don't think nobody else in the world has one. This is the first
Yeah.
one and only. So, that one's staying with me. There's people that ask me, like I said, to build maybe like the foam head, and they're going to take it from there. I have actually I have a project coming up right now for this year. Somebody asked me to make a Samurai Usagi Yojimbo. So
Whoa.
that is definitely in the works. I'm drawing up templates and kind of like scheming in my mind how I'm going to go about it.
Yeah.
Um,
So what are you going to use? Are you going to use the old Playmates figure, or you going to
no,
go up
actually,
with the new NECA one?
he actually sent me the new NECA one. The one that has like it looks like it has like the arrows still stuck to this armor. He's like, "Yo, is there any way you can do this?" And I looked at the figure, analyzed it. I'm like, "Dude, I got you." It's not as extensive as this is, to be honest with you, because he actually has like a traditional like a kimono suit underneath. So it's mostly guards. The head is probably what's going to be the most challenging because if I'm going to build it, I got to make sure it looks like Usagi. I've seen some Usagi cosplays out there. They're great. Not very accurate, and unfortunately, that's my Achilles heel, right? Like I do that to
Yeah.
myself, dude. I
Okay.
have to be like, no, it's gotta look like the dude. It's gotta have the expressions, and so that's what's probably going to be the focal point of the cosplay. Just like when I do Dragon Ball Z, right? The armor might be beautiful, but if you don't have the hair right, dude, it just doesn't come together. So
Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, you could make it look close to it if you have dark eyebrows and underneath there at least you're like, oh, I'm Goku or Vegeta, and
right.
I've got their hair on, so you can't really tell what their face looks like as long as you don't have a beard or something.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
depending
And
on the
again,
Vegeta, it's like,
and again, it's all fun and games. At the end of the day, there's no wrong way to craft or there's no wrong way to cosplay. And I'm
oh
a
yeah,
big advocate of that, right? I want people to have fun. I want people to enjoy themselves. And I always tell them, dude, like if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. So I'm big on that. Yet, I can't follow my own advice, man. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to these things. I have to get it right, or at least as accurate as I can. That's why my armors have like that animation style to it, like with the shading and the markings and stuff, because that's what I'm looking at the manga pages. That's what I'm
oh
looking at
yeah,
the images, and I'm trying to get those as detailed as close as possible. And again, I do it to myself.
yeah. Well, I mean, you have standards, and you're keeping to those standards, so that's absolutely fine. That's why you're also not seeing like a flooding of the market of like a bunch of substandard stuff, and then you can look at it and be like, oh, why did I sell them that, or why did I do this? So
Yeah, no, that's a good way of saying it. I never thought about it that way, but yeah,
I
got
think a lot of
standards.
artists think of things that way. It's
Yeah,
hard sometimes to let your art go, because you think, oh, I could have done more, but like at some point you have to just let it go. You know,
right.
at least that's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
how I always see it too.
No,
So,
it's
you
tough.
know,
I'm telling you, it's tough. Especially like if I get into a project and it's coming out beautiful, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna have to keep this one. I have to make another one, just because the just the creative juices start flowing right, and I'm like, I'm already in the zone with it now. It's a little bit of me that's going into this, to put it together. Same thing with the Leo. I can never part with it, man.
I don't blame you at all. I mean, it's like
Uh,
an opus. It's
yeah,
like you
you're
wrote a
right.
symphony, and it's just meant to be admired, and you're like, oh, this is great. Well,
Yeah.
maybe you could, maybe if it was a circumstance where it's like there was like a Hall of Fame Ninja Turtle like place that you could go, like Cooperstown, New York, or something.
That
Maybe
would
be
be
like,
great.
and this was put by Darkslayer999. He built this in 2023, and
It'll have to be a temporary display, man. Like a limited show in 2 months tops. I will lose my
yeah.
mind if something happens to it. And you know what? Another thing that a lot of people don't know about, this was actually signed by Kevin Eastman.
Did he
Uh,
sign it? Nice.
yeah, he did. I
What'd he
actually got
say?
to, dude. I never been so honored in my life. We walked to the Artist Alley in New York Comic Con that year. And mind you, I had already brought the turtle. I was there just for the turtle. I had no idea the guy was in attendance, and then my brother found out through the website. Right, like, dude, he's here. He's an Artist Alley and table such and such. We have to go get him. And
Three
he
hours
was,
later.
yeah, dude,
Eight hours.
going through the line. It was insane. Just reaching the guy's booth, it was crazy. But we made it past the thousands of people that were there, not just for him, just in general in the Artist Alley, and we made it all the way to the end. And we're waiting in line. There's other cosplays. There was a really cool Krang. There was a like a Statue of Liberty. What's it called? The one from
Oh
the
yeah, I saw
video
that
game.
picture. Yeah, from
Yeah,
Shredder's Revenge.
yeah. So he was just waiting in line, and then I finally was my turn to come around. And he just looked at me, bro, and he just started clapping. I mean, you can imagine the emotion, right? This dude just looked at
Wow.
me, and he just started clapping. He stood up, and I'm like, I got the biggest smile on my face, right? Because this is God, dude. This is the guy that made, that made the turtles. So I walk up to him, I handed him the helmet, and he asked me, "Did you do this yourself?" Of course, I said, "Yeah." He's like, "You painted it yourself?" And I said, "Yes, sir, I did." He just looked at me and he goes, "Fantastic." That's all he said. He said fantastic, and the smile on my face, dude, because again, it's like validation from like the ultimate authority, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I'm like, would you mind signing it? And he's like, of course. Where would you want me to sign it? And I'm stuttering because I don't know exactly where to put it. So he actually signed it on the back of the helmet. Oops, sorry about that. Well, you can see his signature right there.
Oh, fantastic! Right on the
Yeah.
back of the horn on the helmet there.
Yeah, so he told me, "Look, I want to sign it there, so it doesn't take away from the aesthetics." He's like, "Yo, you did amazing. This is incredible." And then he said, "Thank you for showing love to my turtles, and thank you. I told him that it was an honor to meet you." And he's like, "No, it's an honor to see what the fans do for when they love my turtles." So it was it almost felt like an intimate moment. You know what I mean? Like this guy's telling me how he
Every
appreciates it.
time, yeah, every time I've ever met him, it's always been like that. Like he's
Yeah.
just incredibly appreciative and like generous with his time and all that. So yeah, like that sounds exactly like the same guy that I met.
Super cool, man. That made the con. That really made the con for me because I was just ready to go back at that point. I'm like, I'm done with this, dude. I got what I needed, and I wasn't even expecting it, so it was great.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
that's got to be a great experience, especially when you're wearing something that you made that's like really well done. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's exciting.
Yeah, man.
Man, that's cool. And you did the whole cosplay contest. Did you get to meet any other artists, any of the other Turtles artists from back in the day, or any of the
No,
voice
you know
actors?
what? Unfortunately, I haven't. I think there was a rumor, quote unquote, 2 years ago when I went to MegaCon Orlando. I was told that actually Peter Laird was going to be there as well, but it was very shaky because of his age and his health. And it was going to be actually at I think it's called it's the Comic Con in Rhode Island. I'm sorry, I'm blanking out right now. Granite State Comic Con.
Oh, I'm wearing the shirt. Granite
There
State.
you go. There you go. It's right
yeah,
there. I'm
yep.
sorry, man. So yeah, so I was, it was supposed to be there 2 years ago. Supposedly he was going to be there, so I was ready to make the pilgrimage. Right, I'm going to go there. I'm going to bring
Oh,
it
you
to
should have
him.
came, man. We were there. You should have came.
Was he there for real?
Yeah, so the fun part about that story is that we were there Friday and Saturday and had to leave on Sunday, and he shows up on Sunday. So
Oh my gosh,
he was there, and all of our great friends up there, Granite, got to meet him, but we didn't. But he lives like a half hour away, so
yeah, that's what I was told. And actually, I was at MegaCon Orlando. I was again entering the costume contest. I participated with Leo again, and the guy that was there, he's the one that told me. He's like the host. He's like the MC of the event, and he goes, "Dude, if you want to go to a place where you can, get lots of turtle love, but you got to go here." And and he's the one that told me. I think Peter Laird is actually going to be there this year.
Oh, I bet that was Pat. Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, let's go. But unfortunately, due to family and work and life, I wasn't able to go for that particular event. It would have been nice to get to meet him as well. Hey, he might have even signed it. It would have been great. I get both of them,
man.
But
come on, could you imagine?
Yeah, I know I can actually. That's what I'm saying. It would have felt surreal, but regardless, dude, like I said, I got Eastman on deck with the signature, so I'm done. You know what I mean? That would have been like going beyond heaven if there's such a thing. It would have been fantastic.
So you have that just on kind of like a mannequin dummy and all that, just sitting in your living room and all that. What do you have to do to take care of it? Do you have to like seal it every now and then or anything? Like, what do you do for maintenance on something?
No, so honestly, it's sealed. It was sealed the moment it was completed. Every now and then, due to wear and tear, I might have to revisit like some of the seams that may fall apart, which is honestly not, it's not a big deal. Creases that come over on the foam. Sometimes you get like little bends. That's easy, right? You just get yourself a low power heat gun or even a blow dryer and just kind of go over the seams without damaging the foam or the sealant or the paint, and it kind of pops out. Over time, I'm sure that will become more and more evident, but it just sits there. Other than some cleaning every now and then, and of course some fading that happens on the paint just for exposure to the air and light. I just have to do touch-ups here and there. But I think I've touched on it maybe once or twice since I built it in 2023.
Wow.
Yeah,
I was just thinking, because I don't know if you ever saw the videos of, or at least the pictures of what happened to the turtles from the 1990 movie.
I've seen that, dude. That thing is Donnie. Donnie looks creepy, man.
Oh, so creepy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I think I learned about you from a buddy of ours, from Joey from Ninja Toidles.
Yes, Joey. And
he actually has a pin of that disintegrating turtle head.
I seen it, dude. I was like, dude, that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. But I want it. Like, I gotta have it, bro.
It is nightmare fuel. So yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's a cool dude, man. He's been such a good supporter of me. You know what I mean? He's reposted my bills and my processes on his page a couple of times, and I touch bases with him and regularly. Cool dude, man. I was kind of hoping to meet him this year. Also, I was going to go to C2E2, and I was going to bring.
Oh
Leo. Yeah. So that also didn't happen because of work. Because everything doesn't happen because of work. But that's definitely in the plans for this upcoming year. I definitely want to go to C2E2. Hopefully, I'll get to meet him. If you're there, I would love to meet you too.
Oh yeah.
Leo is definitely making the trip to Chicago this year.
We're both local.
Oh, here, perfect. So that's great.
Chicago area. So
that's awesome. Yeah, I hopefully you'll get to see Leo in person.
Man, that'd be amazing. He should make one of those pins of you in the Leo outfit. That's what I think.
It's funny you said that. He actually mentioned it to me. He asked me about it very recently, actually. If I will be down for it, and he said, I'm gonna come up with some concepts and let me get back to you. And then I flew to New York for Comic-Con, and I haven't talked to him much since then. But yeah, that'll be great, dude. That'll be awesome.
Honestly, that would look pretty cool too if they flip those colors with like the green and magenta Toidles colors that he does. So that'd be awesome. I think that'd be cool. Fun. Man. So obviously we have Leo as your favorite. Let's ask about some of your other favorites for the action figures growing up on there.
Okay.
Do you have any others that really stuck out for you?
Well, like I said, the 4 basic turtles, right? Because they all had a different persona. They had a different costume. The Space Cadet Raphael, they got Undercover Donnie, was really cool. I always liked Undercover Donnie because they had like the one little mask. Yeah, that would be a good one to make. Punk Rock Donnie, I always loved the design of that one toy. Oh, you got it.
He is
there
never far.
Yeah,
never
dude.
far from my desk. I always have them
Yeah,
there.
see that one's awesome, man. I have the original one of those, and I have the Super 7 version of it.
That
I think that
Super
will
7
be
is so good.
it
It is
is,
so
dude.
good.
I think that would be an awesome build. Like if I were to ever make like a, it'd be cool. Maybe we can make like the four turtles in different outfits, and all of us work walking together to the con.
Oh,
It would
hell
be
yeah.
cool to see Punk Donnie rocking around. That'd be cool, man. That's one of my favorites. That one for sure. I've always liked the design of the foot soldiers. There was always something so primitive about them, the way they walk and the way they were designed. It's such a clean, aesthetic to the toy itself. I think it would be cool to build a couple of those like in real life to actually for them to look like the toy. I think would be great.
I've seen some good ones. Like actually recently at C2E2 there was like maybe 3 or 4 of them who were just kind of going around, and they looked
Nice,
really good.
nice,
They were
yeah,
funny. I'd like to see that really big sort of like grabber pole that they had. Like that would be
yes,
fun to see somebody try to fabricate that.
yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, so like I said, Punk Donnie, the Foot Soldiers. I always loved Bebop. Like Bebop is like
Oh,
my
Bebop, yeah.
favorite. Yeah, I mean I like them all, dude. The villains are as iconic as the turtles themselves, right? But I've always loved Bebop with the purple glasses and the punk, the little mohawk thing that he's got going on. I think it was Bebop's always been one of my favorites. Baxter, Baxter Stockman
Oh
has always
man,
been
Baxter
cool.
with the fly
Yeah,
face
but
and
the big
big
eyes and the
eyes.
wings, yeah, that's cool, man. And Krang, of course, you can't go wrong with Krang. I seen
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
incredible Krang builds. I think it's Carver is the name of the person, the lady that makes has the giant Krang. I don't know if you were familiar with her, but she made this incredibly looking Krang, dude. I mean, it's fantastic.
I've seen some
I
good
could,
ones.
yeah, I couldn't come close to what she built, but it's incredible. It's amazing.
I'm surprised in here I didn't hear the one thing that leads itself to the most for like foam building, which would be the shredder. So I didn't hear anything with that.
Yeah,
Is that because you think a lot of people do it, you don't want to touch that? Like what's your
no,
take on it?
you know what it is? I had nothing against Shredder, right? I love the Shredder. I could probably make one. I think that's one of the few requests that people have always asked me to make the Shredder. And again, I'm not trying to catch no smoke, man. But I think the Shredder design is basic. Please forgive me.
Yeah.
you know, just because of the way the helmet is done and the spikes. I've seen some incredibly good ones, and I love to see the shredder. Right, like one of my favorite things at a con is when I'm walking by and I see a shredder across the room, and I gotta run to him like, dude, let's do some poses. I love the shredder. But I was looking for something a little bit more integrated. If I were to make a shredder, it'll have to be like perhaps like they say like super shredder. The like toy action
Oh,
figure with the insane amount of spikes
come
coming out of
on.
it, something a little
Damn.
bit more, yeah, a little bit more detail, a little bit more intricate, I would say. Yeah.
Whew. I mean, here I was thinking about like, oh, I wonder if he's gonna do like the turtles from the third movie or something. But now you're talking about Super Shredder.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
talking about
Wow,
this guy.
man.
Look at this
Wow.
craziness, man. Can you imagine this
Yeah.
thing at a con? It looks like he has some kind of like mummy bandages in the back. Like I
Yeah.
think seeing this, exactly this, like this, with this level of detail and spikes and stuff, that would be really cool. I've seen
Oh, that
Super
would be
Shredder
absurd.
before.
Was it
Uh, you
good?
know, yeah, actually, it was pretty good. Again, not as detailed, but you can tell right off the bat, oh, dude, that's Super Shredder. It's cool to see him.
Yeah, I think
So,
I got the loyal subjects one, right? Like,
oh,
because
let me
there's
see it.
NECA
Yeah,
and all that. He's freaking tall.
he is. That's another thing why I couldn't do Shredder, man, because that thing is insane.
I mean, like in
He's tall.
comparison to like where he stands versus the Super 7 Leo. So I mean,
Yeah, oh yeah.
like where they
I
are.
uh I don't know if you noticed in my page, but I built Sigma from Mega Man X a little while
Oh
ago.
yeah, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and I actually, I always wanted to build Sigma. If I could have, I would have rocked Sigma myself, but it would have been the shortest Sigma that you've ever met. Right. So at the time, I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and I asked him, dude, I said, dude, you have the height for this thing. Let me build this thing. You don't have to pay me a single penny. I don't care about it. I just have to build it as close as I can to the original design. I want you to rock this. So my friend Kevin actually rocked Sigma New York Comic Con. I think it was 2 years, maybe it was
Ah, that's
18 or
so
19.
cool.
So, and it was great because the guy had the presence. Again, this is me being analytical. I gotta have somebody who can actually model this thing and be accurate. And the Sigma, it blew everybody's mind, bro. We had a little Mega Man group there. I was Vile for Mega Man X that year, and he was Sigma. So here you have the two main guys, right? The two main villains, like walking around the con looking for Mega Man. and Zero to kick their asses. It was great.
I see you found one too, so
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was great, man.
Yeah, that's another interesting one too, because it seems like a lot of the Mega Men that you see are like in lycra suits or like a spandex suit and all that. I always think
Yeah,
of them more as like armor, armored like maybe more like the Captain N the Game Master outfit that he had, where it's
right.
like, oh, there's like metal pieces and all that, but it's not really spandex. I don't know, but I guess he has to be, but I don't know. What's your take on that? Do you think it's armor or do you think it's just a spandex suit?
I mean, obviously, you can do both. I seen both variations of it, and they both bring their own style to it, and they both look really cool. I don't think I've ever seen a Mega Man that I will look at like, oh my god, that looks awful. First of all, I
Yeah,
would
it's
never
probably
say that
fair. Yeah.
to anybody.
No, of
Um,
course not. Yeah.
but me personally, again, I'm into foam and I'm into armor building, so I will obviously go by with the ladder and just kind of build like the actual leg, so it's accurate and you get that round shape versus just like the lycra around your arm. Definitely foam armor for me. I think it looks better. I think it's more accurate.
So do you do like fabrications for things for people? Like you're like, oh, my brothers are gonna give him like Michelangelo's his favorite. I'm gonna make him these nunchucks and all that. You do things like that for like gifts?
I've done that. I've done that for a couple of friends. Just a random, like I said, the guy that I'm making the Usagi Yojimbo for example, he's like a big Casey Jones fan. But he told me about Usagi Yojimbo, and I'm just making it for him. That's something that I'm making just literally to gift to the guy. And it was supposed to be a surprise, but his wife spilled the beans over over Comic-Con, so it is what it is. But he knows I'm building it for him. The Sigma I gifted to my friend Kevin back then. I gave the Spider-Man away. But it's not that I'm fishing for someone to say, hey, you know what, I really like this character. But if I were to know that somebody wants to be a Black Panther, for example, and I can make the mask for him and gift it, I would. I mean, it brings me satisfaction, brings me joy to make things like that for people. It keeps me sane because cosplay and crafting is actually something that helps me to disconnect from reality. Right? We all got a little something that we need to do to kind of like steer our mind clears of all the nonsense and all the mess in the world, and that's my quiet place. I sit at home and I
That's
craft,
awesome.
so I don't mind spending time, hours, just building stuff for somebody else. If it brings me peace, it brings them happiness. Why not?
Yeah, you mentioned manga earlier. Are you a big comic reader?
You know what? Unfortunately, no. Sadly, no. I have two sons, so most of my exposure to it is either through anime, right, or in some cases graphic novels, but it's mostly anime. And I always have to wait for the dub because my kids are young, so they can't
Yeah.
keep up with the reading. So I have to wait for everything to be dubbed out and ready to go, and then I'll spend that's our time, right, when we sit there and watch like the entire season of the latest chapter of One Piece or Demon Slayer. I can read it, I can watch it, ahead of them, or even with subs. But I have to say that for the boys, right? So I'm gonna spend time with them, and that's my way to connect with them too.
Well, you've got to go back to the old days, right? Where you had like VHS tapes with like
Dude, I have a whole box of them, dude. I have a
and it's
whole
like you
box of
hear
the
like
old DVCs.
the old Goku voice, and he's like, "Oh,
Yeah, I know.
Piccolo,"
It's so
and you're like,
weird and trippy.
"Oh man, this
I
is,"
know.
and you get the US dub and all that, and it's like, "Oh,
I
Kakarot,"
know. It's so
it's
much
like,
fun.
"Oh, it's so much better." Yeah.
It's a wonderful trip, memory lane. Don't get me wrong, but
Oh,
now you look at it, it's like, oh, he kind of sounded a little too weird in that one, but it's fun, right? That was our childhood. I don't know about you, but I wasn't thinking about his weird sounds. His voice sounds weird in this one episode. It was just Goku. I'm losing my mind because Goku's about to fight Frieza or whatever. 19 episodes later, he finally threw a punch.
oh yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, no, I guess this is a
Yeah.
power up episode with a flashback. So,
Exactly, yeah. And I actually did the same with the Ninja Turtles. I got the classic cartoon show, the collection, and we started watching from episode one.
oh yeah,
And yeah, and I'm telling the boys, oh, this you got to watch this episode. This is where like the Technodrome finally shows up, right? And I got them to basically experience what I did to a certain extent. They're watching the same cartoons, the same
yes.
animation, same voices. Now they're into it as much as I am, right? They want to collect the turtles, and they want to dress up as foot soldiers, and my oldest loses his mind whenever he holds the Technodrome because he's looking at his thing and it's like, yo, this is what's on the TV. And again, that's the magical part of it, right? Like one of the greatest storyline ever. And then you get to hold one of those things, and it's crazy, bro. It's magical, dude. When you get to see one of those vehicles and you're holding it in your hand, or the little figure, and you're like, yo, that's it. You know, that's Donnie or that's Leo. I think that's good. I think it's wholesome. I think it's good for them. It's abundant time for me as a dad to be with them, to share that with them. Pure joy, brother.
You're touching on that multi-generational aspect of it, and I mean, I see a lot of that with DBZ as well,
Mhm.
and it's kind of like some parallels that we have. One of our favorite guests, Camilo, he actually is an artist that just did a mashup of Ninja Turtles and DBZ, so that was pretty fun. So,
Really?
oh yeah, I'll send you a link. It's
There you
pretty
go.
cool. So,
I had
you know,
somebody who wanted me to make a Saiyan armor in the Ninja Turtle colors, and he wanted the like the guards to be like little tiny shells. And you know what I
oh,
thought about it? I was like, that would be pretty cool, but it never moved forward. You know, the guy just kind of threw a bunch of ideas at me, and he disappeared after that. But I think that would have been interesting. It would
you
have
could
ticked
do
people
that,
off
right?
too. Yeah,
So,
I can
so who
definitely
would
do it.
you Who would you do? Would you Leo as any particular character, or would you do like Raph as Vegeta or Goku as Michelangelo? What would be your casting?
I think Vegeta definitely will be Ralph for sure, right? Just because of the
Yep.
attitude and the the antagonism the guy brings to everything. Goku, just for fun, I will think I'll make Mikey Goku. I
Yeah, I
think
think
I
that's pretty
think
solid.
I think
Yeah.
Mikey will be a good Goku, right? Donnie could be Piccolo. Just
I like that.
it'll be nice to see Donnie, right, with the big shoulder pads, aura farming. Leo. Dude, see, now I left Leo out of it. That's messed up, man. You trapped me.
No, I mean that's the thing too. Like you think about it, it's like it could still be like, oh, maybe Donatello as Goten, or Leo as Master Roshi, or like it could be anything. Like they have enough characters that
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, there's even
Splinter
enough
will be
saying.
Master Roshi for sure.
Yeah, Splinter's definitely Master Roshi.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah.
for sure. I think
Or
Leo, man, I might do Leo as a Teen Gohan.
oh yeah,
I
there you
think I
go.
would like that simply because Teen Gohan, at least in the classic DVC, he has like the blue wristbands, and he has the
Oh
blue
yeah.
sash around it. I think that would be really cool. I think that would be a fun way to incorporate, a smart way to
Hero
incorporate Leo.
complex, always wanted to be a superhero,
Yeah, there
so
you go. There you go.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, April O'Neil's Bulma. Yeah.
that's good. That's really good. I approve.
Did you I don't know if you had seen this, but did you see the crossover with Naruto last year?
I did actually. It's pretty good. You know what?
Yeah, it was
I
it was good actually.
when it was announced, I have my apprehensions of it. Right, simply I saw the connection. Right, the Ninja World, the Ninja Turtles. Like I was like, yo, this is really good. But I have not seen any of the images. It was just the teaser of what was coming. And when I actually saw, when I actually saw the manga and the animation and the art style, I was like, yo, this kills. This goes hard, bro. It was good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I'm
Hmm.
not a huge Naruto fan, but it's like we've met the actors and actresses and all that when we went to like an anime con. So I'm like, all right, I feel like marginally connected to this. Let me go check it out. And I start watching the show a little bit, and and I do like articles and stuff. So I did a review, and I'm like, so this is before they went to this place, before this guy went crazy and this happened and all that. So that's kind of
Yeah.
where we fit in. I'm like, oh, okay. But it took me like a huge amount of time to do the research to like get into that point because I never knew the world. But I'm like,
Right.
this is
Exactly.
actually really fun.
Yeah, yeah. Naruto's a good show, man. I mean, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I watched it with my kids as well. It's one of those. I don't know. When I first heard of it, it didn't call out to me. I didn't think it was like the typical action adventure that I wanted to see. But it's actually pretty deep. It has a great storyline to it, great character development, and the way they brought the turtles into that universe, I think it just worked. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, and they could
Yeah.
have gone and they could have gone any way with it. I mean, I could have even seen it working with like the Turtles from Mutant Mayhem, the newest one. I'm like, that
Yeah.
can work too.
Yeah. And that's another thing that's really cool, man. I see like the turtles are timeless, right? Like they're popping
Yeah.
up everywhere, man. They got the mashup with the Masters of the Universe. Joy Toy you mentioned earlier, they're making all these figures because now they realize the fan base is there, right?
Oh
Like you
yeah.
can't go wrong with the turtles.
And we
Uh,
are not afraid to spend some money. So
no, we're not. No, we're not. No,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
not. Yeah, you can see. I wish I would have like displayed my whole collection for. I have boxes of the classic toys, man. It's yeah. We'll definitely drop some coins for them. So it's nice to see the turtles are relevant. No matter how many variations or different interpretations of them they're there. And I think that speaks to that magic that I was telling you about the toy line, about the classic turtle, the concept that Peter and Eastman created. Like there's something that has stood the test of time, and it's great. I personally enjoy it. When I was in New York Comic Con this year, a couple of weeks ago, we were invited just because they liked the costume. The guy that was there at the World of TMNT display with the giant band.
Yep.
He's like, man, you guys got to go to the panel. They're going to reveal the VR game that they're working on. I had no idea there was a VR game working on, right? So I'm like, all right, cool, let's go. And again, right, that's one of those things that I'm telling you about. Like even this day, people are still investing into the Turtles as a business, as a franchise. It's really great. And we went there, and they show video clips of the game and the gameplay and what the characters look like. And as we're walking out, for whatever reason, I think we got stopped to take photos, right? And then here comes the same guys that just did the presentation. And they're like, dude, we saw you in the crowd. This is amazing. How long did it take? And, I'm answering all these questions. They're taking photos of me. It was great. I didn't expect that kind of reaction from them because they're involved into it already to begin with. You know what I mean? But the love was there, right? The brotherhood that comes from being a
Jared,
fan
you're
of the
a celebrity.
Turtles.
I mean,
I don't know about that. No, I'm not going to call myself that. But again, a great feeling just to see their reaction when seeing this thing and to see their game, man. Their game is going to be cool.
yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait to check that out. The big unleashed thing there that everyone was going crazy for that I saw was the Magic the Gathering, which I've never
Yes.
played in my life, but like my
Me neither.
friends are like, my co-host is like, oh my God, I got it. I'm like, oh, Eric, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's great for you. I've never played it. I don't know. So
Yeah, me neither,
that's
dude.
exciting.
I mean, I know of it, of course, because it's Magic the Gathering, right?
Yeah,
Who
I
hasn't
mean,
heard about that? But it was trippy to see them work with like the collab with the Turtles, and then they have the World of TMNT at the same time in the video game. Dude, there was a lot of turtle love this Comic Con around, bro. It was great.
that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
it's funny because that's what it's like at Granite State when you go there. It's like there's an entire room dedicated to all the artists and all that, and it's just love. It's like
Yeah.
I joke with my wife and I tell her, oh, I'm going to Ninja Turtle summer camp,
There you go.
to hang out with my friends. So
I want to go to
the
the summer camp this year coming up, bro. I think it's in March this year, or I can't remember.
C2E2 will be around then. I think that's the end of
Oh,
March
that's
and all
March.
that.
Yeah,
They're
yeah. I
going to
don't
be
know when Granite
September
is. Yes.
20th or something
Yeah,
around.
you're right. Granted, it's always like the month before Comic Con. So yeah, I'm gonna make it a point to go this year, bro. I gotta go. I think that's
Awesome.
it wouldn't be complete if I don't go to that particular event.
Oh, you're going to kill it there.
So I gotta go, bro.
Now, I have to ask you because this is
Sure.
a Ninja Turtles podcast. Are you a fan of pizza?
Come on, dude. What kind of question is that, dude? I'm
Look,
insulted.
I have stepped in it before because this is usually what we
Fair
ask
enough.
our guests. I usually have my co-host here and he asks this question.
Sure.
Are you a fan or are you not a fan of pineapple on
Absolute freaking literally, bro. I love pizza,
Yes.
bro. How can you go wrong with pizza, man? That's as universal as it gets when it comes to everybody loves it, dude. It's great. I love it. That sounds good for dinner tonight, actually.
Yeah, it does. It does actually.
Mhm.
What's your go-to topping? Like, what's your order? You get to choose, so you don't have to worry about the kids.
Okay.
Anybody else? You're like, all right, this is my pie. I'm gonna get it. What do you get?
All right. You ready for this one?
I am.
All right. Hawaiian.
Yes.
There
All
you
right,
go.
then. So you're
bro,
go
I
with
get so much heat
Canadian
from
bacon
it.
or ham, and maybe some pineapple,
Exactly.
and
Yep.
maybe jalapenos or not, depending on.
Yes, that's it. That you just describe it right there, bro. That's what it is. Everybody looks at me like, yo, that's gross. How you gonna put pineapple in your pizza? Dude, you gotta try this joint, bro. It's great.
I like it with some pepperoni. So instead of ham, or in addition to ham, you put pepperoni on it. Gives it a different sort of spice and grease level. Love it. Oh, lost you for
Let
a
her
sec.
know.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother. I had an oncoming call, so
Oh, no worries. So, oh, that's awesome.
Can you hear me?
So yeah, I can hear you. Yep. Yep. You're good.
I'm sorry, brother. I lost the audio. I can't hear you.
Oh, no worries. No worries. So, one sec. Let's see. Maybe you can see this.
I don't know what's going on here.
All right. Well, with that, we're gonna just we'll figure out the audio problems here, but we will make sure to send folks
All right.
over so they can go and see you at Darkslayer
Still can't hear you. I have no
999
audio.
IX.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I cannot hear you. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
So check him out on Instagram at Darkslayer999IX, and you can check out his King of All Saiyans 9999 at gmail.com for any commissions. We'll be right back with your pizza recipe of the day.